everybody, welcome back. I'm Lutz, and today we're going to be looking at the top 8 mixed martial arts fights of all time. Now this list, we're pulling from Bellator, we're pulling from Pride, we're pulling from WEC, UFC, ABC, Freeform, all of it. For this list, I really wanted to choose fights that make you go, what the f***? Fights that make you go, holy shit, what just happened? Fights that make you go, mother, ass, dick, heel, donkey, all of the never before. You know? So let's just jump in and get started. I chose a fight that was my first fight that I ever experienced. And that was the first Ultimate Fighter finale between Stephan Bonnar and Forrest Griffin. You see, with these two fighters, they had went through the 6-week program in the house, and we had watched them grow as people and fighters.
Do you want to be a fighter? That is my question.
You had Forrest Griffin, who looks like a redneck gorilla, and Stephan Bonnar, who looks like Nicolas Cage with abs, which he may have abs, but this was the first live event UFC had ever put on, and they were really unsure as what was going to happen. The second these two guys stepped into the octagon, it was madness. I remember I was 8 years old, I was sitting in front of the television, and I just couldn't move. And that fight really opened up the door for UFC as a whole. And I feel like it definitely deserved a place on this list, maybe even a higher place on this list. Now, some people may disagree with this one, but on number 7 spot, I put Rocky Balboa versus Blade the Vampire Hunter. A lot of you may not know this, but Rocky and Blade actually met on the set of Demolition Man, and little known fact, Rocky is actually a vampire. So that created a lot of beef between the two, and they had to keep them separated until their big fight in the museum, where they just locked the doors and let them go. So all the guns you see, all the hand-to-hand combat, all the one-liners,
You're on TV.
It's all just there and real and uncut. And I just thought, you know, what's more mixed than quips,
Forgot to say Simon Says.
guns, and kicks? It's the definitive mixed martial arts fight. Okay, at number 6, we have another fight where we really got to see the progression of these fighters before they met. And their meeting was, wow, fireworks. And what else could it be? Alien versus Predator. Let's talk about a super fight. We see Alien, Sigourney Weaver, just losing friends, taking care of kids, all of it, fighting a xenomorph. You know, these xenomorphs, not easy to kill. They have 3 movies just for them and a spin-off series with handsome Squidward. Then we get the Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't kill the Predator. So, what do? They make a super fight. You got xenomorphs. You got a Predator. You just... And they just kept meeting, you know? Alien vs. Predator 1, boom, fireworks. Alien vs. Predator 2, boom, sparklers. Alien vs. Predator 3, boom, why are they still making these? Alien vs. Predator 11, oh my god, it's straight to sci-fi. Next up, this one's kind of unfortunate. It actually cost the life of an individual, and that was Jim Durant on the Shopping Network. You know, he was spinning a katana around, and man versus katana, katana's gonna win every time. And there was a late substitution, but Jim was already down, and emergency surgery had to be taking place, and I don't think Jim made it. So we'll just roll the video.
1101, 1816 is the item number on this one. And the nice thing about these practice katanas, oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time. A piece of that the tip just got me, Odell. Oh, that got me good.
You all right?
A piece of that tip just got me. Oh,
Folks, right now, we may need emergency surgery in the studio.
Yeah, so this next fight hits really close to home, because what a lot of people don't know is... Hey, can you get the trash out? Yeah, let me finish this first and then I'll take out the trash.
Oh, so I'm supposed to just not throw anything away while the trash is full?
Look, Marcus, you could have just taken out the trash instead of coming in here and telling me to take out the
Yeah,
trash.
but you could have taken it out and we threw something away as well.
Look,
It's your
Marcus,
turn.
I'm going to take out the trash.
Why do we even have a chore wheel? Take the trash out.
God!
Thank you.
God. Yeah, so like I was saying, this next fight hits really close to home, and that's Marcus King versus Luke Lutz. Just some background information. Luke was cooking some chicken, and he finished the bag of chicken, so he put it in the trash can and pushed it down. And instead of taking out the trash, Marcus decided to tell Luke to take out the trash, which, that's really the problem with today's society. Everyone just pointing the finger and just... this next fight has a lot of controversy behind it. A lot of people really want to see it run back and maybe get a different decision on it. And what else could it be but Roe versus Wade? Now, let me tell you, Roe versus Wade is a landmark decision issued in 1973 by the United States Supreme Court on the issue of constitutionality of laws that criminalize or restricted access to abortion. The court ruled 7-2 that a right to privacy under due process clause of the 14th Amendment extended a woman's decision to have an abortion, but that this right must be balanced against the state's interest in regulating abortion, protecting women's health, protecting the potentiality of human life. Yeah, so that was a big one. This next spot, number 2, definitely one that hits very personal with me. So I saw this fight. I was at my friend's house. We were playing Halo 3, and his mom goes and she says, "Hey, you guys want some snacks?" And we're like, "Yeah." She's like, "What do you want?" "Tostino's pizzas." And so she goes to the fridge. No Tostino's pizzas. She goes to her husband. She says, "Hey, Jim, where's the Tostino's pizzas?" He says, "I ate the Tostino's pizzas." She's like, "Well, what am I gonna feed the kids?" And he said, "Kids, that little shit isn't mine. Get him out of my house. Why is he always here? Playing my son's Xbox." So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, whoa. Okay. So they go back and forth. They keep going and going and going. Jackson really needs a friend. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Jackson doesn't want to get involved. So long story short, they got a divorce. Our number 1 spot. The one we've all been waiting for. But the one we all knew was going to be the one is Conor McGregor versus a hive of bees. Who else would fight a hive of bees? Khabib fought a bear. McGregor fighting the whole hive.
Dublin, Ireland's Conor McGregor, 24 years old, 4 years younger than
Bees.
5'4".
Bees?
So 5 inches taller as McGregor, reached nearly identical. Once again, here's Bruce Buffer.
Introducing first, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, USA.
Bees. This fight, 25 minutes. I think the numbers said 8 million stings. And McGregor just brushed it off. He was moving like a bee and stinging like a bee. The bees were everywhere. He had to move like a bee. At one point, the bees started fighting each other because he was moving so much like a bee. And I'm really glad he won, because I don't know how you would you put one belt around the hive of bees? Or would you put a tiny belt on every one of the bees? That'd be a lot of belts. And so yeah, I mean, just for the technicality reasons, I'm really glad that he got that decision victory.